Hey, motives, boundary blenders, and self-care superstars. Welcome to Shades of Tones, Boundary Blenders, the podcast where we take different reflective approaches to mastering the art of self-care and setting boundaries. I'm your girl, Tone Motivates, and today we're diving into why taking care of yourself and setting boundaries is so crucial, and how you can do it with a twist of fun and a dash of self-compassion. So grab your favorite cozy blanket, maybe even a funky hat, and let's get into the good stuff, okay? Boundary go well. So, according to the National Institute of Mental Health, self-care means taking the time to do things that help you live well and improve both your physical health and mental health. This can help you manage stress, lower your risk of illness, and increase your energy. Even small acts of self-care in your daily life can have a big impact. All right, let's start with self-care. It's one of those buzzwords we hear all the time. Self-care. But what does it really mean? And why is it so important? Self-care isn't just about bubble baths and spa days, although, let's be real, those are awesome and I honestly think they are needed, okay? But it's about showing up for yourself every day in ways that matter. Think of self-care as a foundation of a house. Without it, everything else can crumble. It's not selfish to take time for yourself. It's necessary. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? So fill that cup up with whatever nourishes your soul, whether it's reading a book, dancing like nobody's watching, or just sitting quietly with a cup of tea. Quirky fact, did you know that taking just 10 minutes a day to do something you love can significantly boost your overall happiness? It's like a daily dose of joy, and who doesn't need more of that? So guys, I know I got a self-reflection prompt for you, right? You know I do. You know I do. So think about one small thing you can do today that's just for you. It might be watching your favorite blogger. It might be enjoying that piece of candy by yourself. It might be going to get that medium fry from McDonald's and eating it in the car before you go in the house with the kids because they always want every damn thing you got. I'm just saying, it's just giving you ideas. That's all. Just giving you ideas. It doesn't have to be big or time consuming. Just something that makes you feel good. Write it down or keep it in mind and make a promise to yourself to do it. Now, let's talk about boundaries, okay? They're like the invisible force field that protects your energy, your time, and your mental well-being. But here's the thing. Boundaries don't have to be rigid or harsh. In fact, they can be flexible and even fun. Imagine your boundaries as a quirky little robot. Let's call it Boundary bot. I got me a boundary bot. I know I'm silly and I'm always sidebar. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. But a boundary bot is here to help you say no when you need to, and yes when it aligns with your values and well-being. It's not about keeping people out. It's about letting the right things in. So, fun fact. The word boundary comes from the old French boni, meaning limit. So think of your boundaries as the limits that keep your world balanced and your energy protected. Self-reflection prompt. Take a moment to think about an area in your life where you feel your boundaries could use a little reinforcement. Is there someone who's been overstepping, or a situation where you've been given too much? Imagine how the boundary bot could help you handle it with kindness and clarity. Jot down your thoughts or just reflect on them. Is your boss telling you to do too much and you got to stay late and nobody else in the office is, but it's always you because you always saying yes, and then you burnt out and can't spend time with your kids, and it's hurting your relationship because you always at the damn office and can never go home and do... Don't get me started, okay? Your family needs you. More importantly, you need you. What does it matter how much money you got in a damn bank if you done drove yourself raggedy over stress? I'm just saying, y'all think about it, you know what I mean? It's your life. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help you live a better one as I'm doing the same damn thing. So please remember, guys, even though I have all these tips and tricks and, all of that, this is a self-discovery podcast, and you need to know that I am discovering myself as we go through this. So please don't be thinking that I don't be doing these damn self-reflective prompts and I ain't journaling, and I ain't trying to do better and get up a little early in the morning and eat more damn vegetables and exercise more. I'm trying to do all of these things, okay? So, okay, sidebarring again. Back to what we was talking about. So, now that we've unpacked self-care and boundaries separately, let's talk about how they blend together. So think of self-care and boundaries as the peanut butter and jelly, I don't like peanut butter jelly, of your well-being sandwich. They're great on their own, but together they create something even more delicious. When you prioritize self-care, you're naturally more aware of where your boundaries need to be, and when you set healthy boundaries, you create more space for the self-care practices that nourish you. It's a beautiful, fun cycle of self-love. So here's a little activity for you. In this exercise, imagine your life as a quirky cooking show. You're the chef and your two main ingredients are self-care and boundaries. How do you blend them together to create the perfect dish? Maybe it's a me time muffin or a boundary boost smoothie. Get creative with it. Okay? Let me know what it is, okay? With the self-reflection prompt, think about one boundary you can set today that will create more space for self-care. It could be saying no to an extra project, setting a time limit on social media, or simply carving out time for a hobby you love. Write it down or hold it in your mind as a commitment to yourself. And don't give up. And remember, you are a priority too. So hold yourself accountable to that. So as we wind down, remember that self-care and boundaries aren't one-time things. They're ongoing practices that evolve as you do. So don't be afraid to adjust them as needed, like tweaking a recipe until it's just right. And here's a cute different tip for you. Next time you set a boundary or practice self-care, celebrate it. Do a little happy dance, give yourself a high five in the mirror, slap that ass, or treat yourself to something small that makes you smile, okay? Like that double chocolate chip cupcake at Starbucks. I don't really care about Starbucks, but y'all probably do, so go ahead and enjoy, okay? You deserve it. So I want to know, what's one silly or fun or different way you can celebrate taking care of yourself today? Maybe it's a silly dance, a funny selfie, or just saying, "You rock," to yourself in the mirror. Whatever it is, make it fun and uniquely you. And that's a wrap for today's episode, Boundary Blenders. I hope you've enjoyed this different, spectacular journey into the world of self-care and boundaries. Remember, taking care of yourself and setting boundaries isn't just important, it's essential for living a balanced, joyful life. If you love today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share your own boundary setting and self-care wins with us with the hashtag Boundary Blenders. I'm your host, Tone Motivates, and until next time, keep blending those boundaries and serving up self-care with a side of quirkiness. As always, always love. To respond to a question, make a suggestion for an episode, to be a guest, or give feedback, reach out to us at info@tonemotivates.com. You can also find us on social media at Tone Motivates on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and at Shades of Tone _podcast on Instagram and Facebook. And as always, you can find us at tonemotivates.com, where all of those links are as well.